All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Alexis Miller. I am one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. This is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, keep in mind your boundaries. Notice where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find your center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable seat, whether the legs are crossed or they're straight out in front of us. We're going to wiggle back and forth, rooting into the sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale as we drop them back and down. Inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up. Exhale as you drop them back and down. Nice. Finding a comfortable seat here and a comfortable spot for your hands, whether on your legs or in your lap. You can close the eyes if you'd like, or just find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. This year's inspiration for our classes is drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sun Bear's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. The flicker is a perfect symbol for this time of year. They represent nurturers who delight in taking care of others, especially those who are younger. They are guided by their instincts and are often protective and loving of younger beings. This is a time to step into your community and notice the younger ones around you. Are there ways you can nurture and support them, strengthening your relationships and therefore your resilience? As you move through practice, notice if there are ways to be more loving or nurturing to the young people in your life. How can you share your wisdom in a way that supports their life goals? So, settling in, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling that breath back out. Take another deep inhale here as you feel the belly expanding outward, filling completely full of air. And then exhale the breath out as you draw the belly button in toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand and your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as you feel the air move out the lungs, up the throat, and out your nose. Continue to breathe like this, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really feeling the movements of your breath here. Now, if your mind gets distracted by thoughts, noises, or physical sensations, that is okay. Notice the moment you've gone away, and then see if you can turn the attention back to the breath. Come back to focusing on that nice deep inhale and exhale. If it's helpful for you, you can always come back to a mantra here. Inhaling, I can. Exhaling, nurture others. Inhale, I can. Exhale, nurture others. Remaining here with your breath for a few more moments in whatever way best supports you. Taking another nice deep inhale here, setting an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really could be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here. Feel that intention with your heart and mind. Exhale the breath out as you set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. If you're sitting up on a prop like me, we're going to go ahead and move that off to the side here, okay? I'm going to come into a cross-legged spot, but you can also extend your legs straight out in front of you if you prefer. We're going to start by inhale, sweep our arms wide, bring them up overhead, cast the gaze skyward. And then exhale, twist over to the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the body, curve your head around, seated twist. Inhale, let's return to center. Exhale, drop the left hand down to the left side of the mat. Lean over to the left as you reach through your right fingers, seated side bend. Good. Inhale up into center, both arms tall. Exhale, twist over to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind your body. Curve your head around, seated twist. Inhale, come back into center here. Exhale, drop your right hand down to the mat, lean over to the right, reach through those left fingers, seated side bend. Inhale, come back into center, arms tall. Exhale, twisting over to the left, curving your nose around, staying long through your spine. Inhaling back into center. Exhale, dropping that left hand down, leaning over to the left, really pressing through that right side body to the top corner of the mat so you feel that opening through the ribs. Inhale back into center, arms tall. Exhale, twisting to the right, staying rooted through your sits bones, shoulders down. Inhaling back into center. Exhale, right hand drops down, leaning to the right, pressing through that left side body to the top corner of the room, feeling that opening here. Nice work. Inhale, coming back into center, arms tall. Exhale, drop those hands down to the mat, roll over your knees or kick your feet out to the side. Let's come into a tabletop position. So our hands are going to come beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, tops of the feet are going to come onto the floor. We'll inhale, sink our belly, lift our head and our hips coming into cow. Exhale, press the mat away, lift the back, separate the shoulders coming into cat. Inhale into cow, feel that nice bend in the low spine here. And then exhale into cat, feel those shoulder blades separate, the top of the back open up here. Before inhaling back into table. Nice work. On the next inhale, let's tuck the toes. And then on the exhale, lift the hips coming into down dog. Now, this may be the first down dog of the day or week. So let's go ahead and walk out that dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of your legs here. Taking a nice deep inhale as you do. Nice deep exhale. A nice deep inhale. And then exhale, come into stillness here. So all 10 pads of your fingers gently grip the mat. Your head is between your arms, gaze toward the toes. Shrug your shoulders down onto your back. Press your chest toward your thighs. Feel your heels reach toward the floor. Good. Take a nice deep inhale here. Nice deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands, baby step those feet to the top of the mat. And then let's come into a halfway lift. So our knees are slightly bent, our torso is parallel with the floor, back is flat, shoulders are down. Hands are on thighs or shins, and then your gaze is toward the floor. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, sink right into a forward fold. So tuck your chin and look between your legs. Now your arms can hang limp. You can palm the mat. Or you can bring pinkies to opposite crooks of the elbows here. Good. Maybe sway from side to side if you'd like. If you'd like, you can nod your head yes a couple times, really letting the head be heavy here. Maybe shake the head no a couple times.
And then bringing the head into stillness, maybe bending one knee and then the other, kind of jogging those knees out, opening up the hamstrings, giving your body a little bit of a chance to warm up here, to loosen up, breathing deeply. Good. And then inhale, come into stillness. Bend the knees generously, flatten the back here. And then reverse swan dives as you breathe in, coming all the way up into center. And then exhaling those hands into heart center. Nice work. All right, standing at the top of your mat, we're going to inhale and step our left foot back and turn that back heel down. So it's almost parallel with the back of our mat. Check in with your front knee. We want our front knee bent and in line with the foot and in line with the ankle. So you may need to heel toe that foot toward the top of the mat slightly. Sweep your arms out to a T. Welcome into warrior two. So our gaze is over our front fingers. Shoulders are shrugged down. Good. Keeping that knee in line with your foot here. Squeezing the thighs toward the midline. So we're creating a nice cower posture here. Notice, is your back turning into a cow back? If it is, tuck the tailbone, engage the core here, and then reach through the crown of the head. So your nice long spine here. Gorgeous. Let's take a couple breaths here together. All right. Inhale, go ahead, straighten that front leg. Wrap this right arm or this left arm around the left leg. Reach up with that right arm coming into reverse triangle. So we focus on lifting and reaching through the torso and the arm, and then that back bend happens naturally. Our front knee stays slightly bent. This back arm's either wrapped around the leg or along the low back, fingers sticking out in no man's land. And then check in. It's natural to allow the back to bow out into that cow posture. Tuck the tailbone slightly, engage the core, really lift here and breathe. We inhale, bring our arms to a T as we come back into neutral. Go ahead and surf through surf forward through the fingers, hinge at the hips. Front hand comes down to your shin, a block, or the mat, and then your back arm comes up tall. Welcome into triangle. So top palm is open to the left side here. Hand can also rest down on the hip if that's better for the shoulder. Top shoulder and hip, they press backward and we press that bottom hip forward so we get a nice opening through the inside of our right leg. Feel this left hip reach toward the back of the mat. So as if you're pressing it toward the back of the mat, and then feel yourself reach through the crown of the head toward the top of the mat here. So such a great posture. Bottom elbow stay slightly bent, whether or not it is on a block, and then breathing. All right, we're going to inhale, bring that top hand down to the inside of our foot for a moment. Bend that front knee nice and deep. You might want to slide your hand or your block so it's right inside the ankle here, and then sinking the hips down. We're going to inhale, sweep tall with that left arm, and then exhale, bicep over the ear. Welcome to extended side angle. So we're one long line from fingertips and the crown of the head to our heel. We're pressing into that foot and bottom hand. Now, if this is too much, you can always bring the block to a different height. If that's too much or you don't have a block, you can always bring your forearm to the top of that right leg, palm facing upward, pressing into that leg there and keeping the core engaged. So wherever you find yourself, let's take some deep breaths. This is a challenging posture. You're doing fantastic. All right, inhale, sweep that left arm back, step your props out of the way, straighten that front leg coming back up into center. Turn your toes to the left side of the mat so they're facing the same direction and you're in a wide-legged stance, knees slightly bent.
We'll inhale as we lengthen through the spine. Exhale as we hinge at our hips and lean forward here, coming into this wide-legged forward fold. So as we lean forward here, hands can come down to the mat. You can reach out to your ankles or your legs, or you can extend your legs toward the back behind you and palm the mat behind the legs. Really rotate your hips out and then up. So we're getting that nice deep stretch to the outside or the back side of the legs here. Good. Allow the spine to be long, shrug the shoulders down. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. Knees stay slightly bent, so not locking out our joints here. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, flatten your back, coming back up into our center posture here. We're going to turn our toes toward the top of our mat and then step back to the top of our mat here. Nice work. Just going to fix this wrinkle in my mat here, and then I'm going to switch sides so you and I can continue to face one another. All right. So we're at the top of the mat, hands at heart center. We're going on to the opposite side now. So go ahead, take that right foot, step it back, and turn the back heel down. Good. Make sure that that front knee is in line with the foot and in line with the ankle. Back heel is down, almost parallel at the back of your mat. We then inhale, sweep the arms out, coming into our warrior two. So once again, we're rooting down, but we're squeezing through those thighs toward the midline. So we're getting some nice work in these legs. Dropping the hips, tucking the tailbone and engaging the core here. So we're nice and long through the spine and then reaching through the crown of the head. Gaze is over our front fingers. Let's take a couple breaths here together. Nice work. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Let's drop this back arm around this back leg and then inhale, lift up with that left arm coming into reverse triangle, opposite side. So again, lifting through the torso, back bend happens naturally. Front knee stays slightly bent. We don't want to lock out the joint. Keeping the tailbone slightly tucked, engaging the core here. Yeah. And then let's take a couple deep breaths. Again, right arm either wrapped around the leg or back behind you, fingers sticking out to the left. Yeah. Nice work. Inhale, arms out to a T, come back into center with the torso. Exhale, surf forward through the fingers, hinge at the hips. Front hand comes down to your shin. You can grab a prop or it can come down onto the mat. And then inhale, sweep tall with that right arm coming into triangle on the opposite side. So as we come into this posture, right palm is open to the right. Hand can also be on the hip if that's better for the shoulders. Top, shoulder, and hip are rotating back behind you. Bottom hip is pressing forward. So really feeling a nice pull on that right hip side and then through the inside of the left leg. Feel that right hip reach toward the back of your mat and then feel the crown of the head reach to the top of the mat here. Bottom elbow and knee stay slightly bent. And again, using props here as you need. And knowing that sides are different, so maybe you can go lower or maybe you can't go as low on one side as you did as the other. Just noticing and breathing. All right, folks. Inhale, top hand comes down to the inside of that left foot. Bend that knee, maybe slide the hand and or the block forward so you're right to the inside of the ankle. Inhale, sweep tall with that right arm, and then exhale, bicep over the ear, coming into your extended side angle once more. So our hips are sinking down. We're one long line from fingertips to our heel. We're opening through the chest here. Now, if this is too low, adjust that block. You've got some options here. Or if you're not using a block or don't have them, you can use that forearm, press it into the top of the thigh, stay engaged with the core, torso nice and open. Let's breathe. All right. Inhale, sweep that arm back. Go ahead, move your prop out of the way. Bend into that knee as you press yourself up into center. We're going to turn ourselves towards the top of the mat, step to the top of the mat, and even out here. Nice work. Let's inhale as we sweep our arms tall, and then exhale as we swan dive down into a forward fold. Inhale as we come right into a halfway lift. And then exhale, fold, bend your knees, plant your hands, step into a plank. Hands beneath shoulders, balls of the feet beneath the heels. Your one long line from shoulders to heels. If you'd like to modify, you drop the knees, but keep them at an angle, hips lowered so the core is engaged. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Let's lower all the way to the mat and untuck the toes here. Good. Couple options. Inhale into Sphinx. You bring the elbows to the mat, plant the forearms, lift the gaze and torso. Shoulders shrug down, draw the elbows in toward the spine. Release the glutes, tops of the feet are on the floor. Great option. Another option is the hands come beneath the shoulders. Inhale, press into the mat and lift the torso, coming into cobra. Shoulders shrug down, elbows are slightly bent and tucked into the sides, gaze is forward and proud. Wherever you are, feel that nice deep stretch through the abs, through the front of the body, into that low back, that nice decompression there, releasing the glutes, tops of the feet are on the floor, pelvis pressing into the mat. Couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale, let's come back down to the mat. Good. Inhale, hands beneath shoulders. Go ahead, press yourself back into a child's pose. Nice little back stretch here. So engage with the mat, pressing the hands down. Forehead comes to rest on the mat. If that's inaccessible, you can stack your palms or stack your fists, or you can use a prop or a pillow or a block or a pillow, whatever works best for you. So just taking a few moments here. Taking a couple deep breaths, diving into the body, checking in, noticing what's present for you. If it feels good, you can gently rock from side to side, pressing one hip to one heel and then the other. And at the same time, rolling the forehead back and forth, giving a little massage to that third eye space, that forehead space. It's amazing how much tension we hold in both of these spaces, especially when we're stressed or worried. So giving them a nice little massage can help you release some of the tension there, help bring awareness to the fact that you are holding a lot there. Good. Coming back into center when you're ready. Inhale, hands come beneath the shoulders, pressing on up into neutral. We're going to come right onto our back. So if you need a towel off or grab a drink of water, now is your moment. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice here today. Okay? So let's go ahead, come down onto the back, tuck the knees into the chest, and wrap our arms around the legs, giving ourselves a little hug here. Maybe rocking from side to side, a little roly-poly action, just noticing what is right for your body. This is a nice little back massage. So good after a nice practice where we challenged ourselves in the legs. Good. And then coming into stillness here, drop those soles of the feet down to the floor. And let's make our way into final relaxation. Lots of options, as you know. So you can stay right here. You can use props like blocks, pillows, bolsters to place under the thighs and extend the legs. That's going to help release any tension in the low back there. You can also bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, recline down angle. You can extend one leg and keep the opposite in for fallen tree, or find traditional final relaxation, legs extended long. Notice where the arms where they want to be. There's no restriction here. If it feels better, you can always lay on your side, on your belly, Or you can just come back into a seated position here and treat this final part of practice like a seated meditation. These are all options. Notice what feels right for you. And as you settle in here, begin to tune into your breath. Begin to notice how fast or slow your breath is moving, how deep or shallow. Noticing the quality of each breath on the inhales and the quality of each breath on the exhales. Feeling into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Feel yourself really settling down into the surface beneath you. And notice here, does the mind start to wander off or get distracted by thoughts, noises, or physical sensations? If it does, just notice, then come back to the breath. Come back to resting here. If it's helpful, you can come back to your mantra. Inhale, I can. Exhale, nurture others. Inhale, I can. Exhale, nurture others. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I am watching the time and I respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your breath. Mindfulness is a healing balm that can put an end to our sense of alienation. It is a non judgmental awareness of whatever is happening inside us and around us. Bringing your awareness back to this space. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. Before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale here as you begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Move arms and legs, gently waking your body up. When it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here. Make your way on up into a seated position as we close out our practice together today. So finding your comfortable seat, rooting into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale as we draw our shoulders forward and up. Exhale as you drop them back and down. Hands into that comfortable position, knees lap or heart center, closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here for this weekly stretch session with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis. You can join me here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars, set your alarms. You can find Yoga for Caregivers on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So make sure to connect with us so you can stay up to date on all of the cool things we have happening and all of the offerings like those from me, volunteers. So thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to practicing with you again. I'll see you next time. Bye.